but there's moments where I do care, and I'll be like,
I think as you're getting older,
it's like, situational too.
As you get older, you don't care about some of these things. Like yesterday, my Uber driver, he was like trying to spit outside. I'm like, oh, you sound disgusting. But it's like they don't. Hold on. They don't care about shit. They don't care about shit that a lot of people care about. That's what I'm saying.
Never too shy. And we're back.
I like how she said never too shy with a whisper and then said, and we're back.
And we're back.
Oh, shit. Wake up.
So you were giving us affirmations already. We just literally getting right to it.
My affirmation is what I live by. Be great, not basic.
Ooh.
I tell my students that. I tell everybody that. I was inspired by a professor. And when she inspired me, she said it, and I said that's going to be my thing.
But can you be great and basic though?
No, you have to be great, not basic.
I think you can.
But what is basic to you guys?
I know, what is your definition? Because I think you could be great and be basic.
Basic is when you are giving minimal effort. You don't try. You settle. That's basic.
So minimum, you're doing, what is it called?
Bare minimum.
What do the kids call it? Hold on, shout out to one of our interns, Tiffany. What do you guys call it? The mid, when you're mid?
Oh, mid.
Yeah, don't be mid.
Yeah, basic is mid.
This term came out of like shoes, right? Mids, because of the when shoes are mids.
I mean, we used to use mid when I was in high school.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever said it.
Yeah, I don't think I ever said it.
I think it's because of the shoes. So like, you get like the full, like the good ones, or you get the mids, and people don't usually like the mids.
Didn't know that. I think I used to say like whack.
We said whack, yeah.
Like, that's whack.
That's whack.
But back to the great and basic. I think it's your definition of basic, because to me, I love basic shit. I live for the basic shit.
Like pumpkin spice lattes?
Yeah, I live for basic things in life.
You're always wearing Ugg
But also, I feel like I'm great.
So some days you're great, and those days you're basic.
No, but I think
you're just qualities.
You're great at being basic.
I think it's just your perspective of it.
You're basic.
But I see where you're going with it.
So that's my affirmation: be great, not basic.
Oh shit.
That's interesting. I like that. Mine. I think my affirmation is to talk less, do more. Ooh. I've been really big on that lately.
Paulina. Talk less, do more.
I know. Shut the fuck up, Paulina. I have to tell myself that all the time. I think... I love you too. And yes, I do think that I need to shut up sometimes. But
no, I feel like you need to talk more, actually.
Oh my God. No, the world can't take that. Yeah. I say that though in the terms of like, you know, when you have like stuff going on, or like you, I don't know, like want more for yourself, for your career, for your life, whatever it might be. Like, I'm so fucking good. I don't know if anyone can relate to this. I'm so good at talking and being like, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I should do. Instead of taking the action behind it. And like, my fiance is such an action person. And it's like, I've just learned to shut up. Also, too, because I'm such a believer of like mal de ojo and stuff, of just like evil eye and anything in that nature. So for me, I get really worried that like, if I open my mouth too soon, like what's going to happen? You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, who's out here preying on my downfall?
Yeah.
You got your protection?
Like, who's going to catch you? Yeah.
Yes. Protected at all costs.
Coming for us.
I feel like God protects me, but I
believe God too.
Yeah. I believe in that too.
God's front line. Okay?
God of the universe. But
I'm not shaming that. I'm just saying.
No, yeah.
No, ancestors, sure. God. God of the universe. My ancestors are my top 3.
And my mama.
And my mama got me.
Me is
can't
God
come
in
for
this
me.
No, I'm just
in his fist.
These hands.
I'm just kidding.
But I just I just feel like that's where I'm at. It's like, okay, like do more, talk less. Like, don't make announcements until like you want the world to know stuff about like career or just cool things that are happening. Because I don't think that everybody wants good for you. Yeah. And I hate to say that, but
there's a lot of haters more. Yeah.
A lot of secret haters.
Yeah.
I think I've learned that recently.
No, oh my God, I did.
Oh my God, I literally just got off the phone. I was walking up the stairs. I was on the phone with my best friend Fiamma right now, and we were just having that conversation about like secret haters.
Stop it.
Literally, that's kind of crazy that you said that.
Ooh, I want to talk about that today.
And everything you were talking about too, she was kind of talking about like I'm putting her on blast. Sorry, Fee. But she was just like, I feel really frustrated because like I have a plan of all these things I want to do, but I'm not doing it. So she's like, I'm trying to find the source of like, why am I not doing that? Ooh. Why am I not doing and putting into action the things I said I was going to do?
Why do we do that?
We were literally having this conversation and I was like, I got to go. I got a podcast. So yeah. Tune in, Fiamma. We're talking about it.
I think we do that because we build certain habits and then it's hard for us to break those habits and then habits. Like, that's like kind of part of like your journey into breaking them and then doing what you actually want to.
You can't do the same stuff and expect different results. That's just facts. But also, I think we're our own. You know how it's just said haters? We're our own biggest critic, or if you want to call it a hater.
You're scared to fail. And so you're like, well, if I don't attempt, I won't fail.
Yeah. Like, or scared of other people's opinions. I'm big on that. I'm really getting over that hump, even though it's weird because I think I come off as someone who doesn't care. I really don't care. But there's moments where I do care. And I'll be like,
I think as you're getting older.
It's like, situational too.
As you get older, you don't care about some of these things. Like yesterday, my Uber driver, he was like trying to spit outside. I'm like, oh, you sound disgusting. But it's like they don't. Well, hold on. They don't care about shit. They don't care about shit that a lot of people care about. Is what I'm saying. I know that's her.
Nestor, I just gotta say, Nestor.
I'm just unwell right now.
That movement with your hand.
But my main point out of that, my main point out of that was that people, as you get older, you don't care about shit, and so a lot of times
I don't care about anything else except this Uber now. Like what?
Well, because I look at older people.
Is that what he was doing apparently?
No, he was trying to spit out, and I was just like so disgusted by him.
Wait.
No. But the way he was spitting out.
He was trying to spit out the window. Oh.
He spit out the window. But
that's what he was spitting out.
What I get out of that whole thing is that
spitting on.
People, as you get older, you don't care about certain shit. And I think, like you're in a position, we're still young-ish. So we care.
I'm young-ish.
We care a lot about a lot of shit that people think about, and I feel like something that I could get about from older people is not to care less about what people think and just care about what you want and what you think. You know.
I mean, that's beautifully said. Yeah, it is about what I want. At the end of the day. Yeah, that was. I'm gonna throw up now. But I was gonna say, I feel like no matter what you do, people are gonna talk. Whether you do something or you don't do something, people are gonna talk their like. And honestly, like we can't care if you seriously sat there and gave a shit and cared. Like you'll spend your whole day doing that.
You'll be broken.
You'll be broken into pieces. So I'm trying to just do the most, but say the least is what I'm at right now.
Yes. What's your affirmation, Nestor?
I was just thinking about how I'm trying to cover my nose hair because I forgot to like cut it out.
My God.
Is that your affirmation?
No. But okay, my real affirmation. I don't know why I'm so kooky today.
You were 5 minutes ago.
Anyways, my affirmation is find your. I was just thinking about it earlier because I went to the gym with my gym partner, and just finding your way. Like, and what I mean about that, there's certain moments. I know that like 2 episodes ago we were kind of talking about mental health, and just my affirmation is like find your way to get out of like sometimes you feel you're like in going around in circles, you know.
Or repeated cycle.
And a lot of times you tend to like always ask people like, what do you do to like get out of this situation, right? And sometimes you try to apply what people tell you or whatever, and it doesn't work for you.
It's not a one size
fit all. And so like for me, like there's a lot of like I don't talk about it a lot, but there's a lot of mental like trauma and a lot of shit that I think about, you know. And so like I always we were talking about it in the gym, me and my friend. We were talking about how you have to find your own way to get out of that spiral or get out of that merry-go-round in a sense. And so that's my affirmation. Find your way. Like what works for others is not always going to work for you. And so
preach.
Very much facts.
Which was going to lead me to my question. It's not my affirmation.
Yes, let's get into it.
When you ask somebody, like, how are you doing? Like, do you really care? Because I know, like, we've talked about a lot of times, like, we talk about how, like, we don't really care. Like, things don't face us, you know? Like, certain things don't face us. But in a different sense, like, when you ask somebody, like, how are you doing? Like, do you really mean it?
I think that is a really good question. I think sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, and I could tell you the times that are the difference. And when I say I don't mean it in like a mean way, But like every morning, for example, like walking into work or like walking in the hallway and you go past another teacher, security, somebody, you're in passing and say, hey, how are you? Good, great. And that's it. Like it's just small talk. And it's not that I don't care, but it's more so like I want you to see I noticed you and I genuinely do wish you well. And I know you're busy. I'm busy. Gotta go. But that's my way of acknowledging you and just smiling. And I am not actually sitting there. No, like, how really are you? Yeah. No, I'm not doing that. But like, I would say if it's like an intimate setting and I ask, how are you? Like we're at a table, a phone call, FaceTime. In that sense, I do mean it. But if it's like walking past somebody like that, no, I think I'm just being like nice, sweet, just quick.
Yeah. Why do you ask?
Well, just because I want to know. But
how are you?
How are
no,
you?
because I typically don't ask that question unless I really like care. Which I try, I or not if I care, because I care about everybody. I really do. Like I do not hate anybody like that. But I feel like I typically don't ask if I don't have the time to like really listen to a person, like if they're feeling good or not. You know what I mean? And I also think about it within myself, because I feel like a lot of times I go through it with people, or like I go through it with people, and I feel like how much easier would it be if we were just honest about that question, you know? Like if you'd really ask that question and if you really cared, then you wouldn't like get into so many situations that can be avoided just by really being honest about that and really caring about that, you know?
That's a good point. I feel like exactly what Tati said. Like I'll ask in passing, and it's that I don't care. It's just that like it's known we're in passing. It's just a known thing. It's like goes both ways. But yeah, like if somebody was to be like, "How are you?" and they actually wanted to know, like that would take a lot of revealing, a lot of time, and a lot of effort. But that's like a nice question to ask somebody, I think. But I don't think. Truthfully, we don't all do that enough because we're busy, because we're in passing, you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. That's life. Like you got a class to teach, you got to go, you know, you got to be somewhere, you got to go. But I'm very guilty of that, of like, hey, how are you?
I feel like lately, I would say since school started, that's been obviously a question like, hey, how are you? And I always say, the only thing that changes is my tone. I always say, live in the dream. And it's like, if I'm in a good mood, I'm like, live in the dream. Like great. Or I'll be like, live in the dream.
Yeah.
You know, like you really have to pick up. You really have to pick up my tone. Yeah. But like lately, that's been my go-to answer for the past like month, and my tone just changes, and it's like a game now.
Yeah, and a lot of these places where we ask these questions, like we're spending our whole time there. You know, like it's at work. You know, these are my clients, like week to week that are coming, and so to me, I'm like, I want to be more intentional on that, because I feel like I have that like charge from like the world to like really care about people. You know what I mean?
Come on, charge.
So yeah.
I love that. Plug it in.
What a good question.
What about you, Marco? Because I know you have a lot of employees too, and so
yeah, I talk to countless people every day, and I gotta say, I don't really know. I don't really care when I ask you like, "Hey, how are you?" It's not like, well, my dog just died. Like it's kind of
right.
Just,
No
like,
one says that.
Socially a thing. Like, oh, how are you? Good, and just like keep pushing.
Yeah.
And I like that like meme where it's like, hey, how are you? And then they give you other problems. Like,
okay,
just say good. Okay.
Okay.
Just say good.
All right. I was just checking up.
But yeah,
right.
Checked up.
I feel like if it also depends on the person. So like if it's like you guys, like I would be genuinely interested in how you are. But if it's just
would
like,
would you though? I don't believe that.
You don't believe that?
Tell us the truth.
We'll see.
Marco asks me every day, "How are you?" He does ask me this because I'm always the first one here.
Yeah, I asked you a specific
teacher's
thing.
I know. I'm not gonna say the full thing he asked me, but he always asks me. It's part of it.
Yeah.
How are you?
okay, but like, what makes the difference between us and your employees?
Are
Like
I feel like
it doesn't sit well to in my spirit. Like
I feel like it's a situation because like even with like,
and I'm not judging. I just want
you
to
can judge me all you want. I don't care.
I thought you just said you cared.
I said no. I don't.
Okay,
but
keep
anyway,
going. Though, keep going.
I think it just has to do with like the like the situation. Because if it's like a greeting, how are you? Like if it's like, hey, how are you? Like I don't really care. But if it's like, you know, how are you? If I say how are you before I say hi, then I generally do care because then it's like I want to know something's wrong, like what's going on.
Yeah.
Checking up on you. Like if something happened, like many things have happened to many of my team members. But if something happened to a team member that like I was generally like, something happened in their personal life, I'd be like, hey, how are you? How are things? Are you okay? What do you need? X, Y, and Z. So that's
Well, you still didn't answer like what's the difference between us and your employees?
well, you're not my employees, and I think just situational. I don't know. Do you want me?
Interesting.
Do you want to be a special person in my heart?
No,
Nestor? Is
it's
that what
not.
it is?
No. Honestly, it was just a question. Like, I really want to know the difference between why we care about certain people. Because I think about that too. Like, there's certain people in my life that I could care. Like, and I hate to say that. Like, I'm like, there's certain people that my mind wants to care less for than others, and then I'm like, then that's bogus. Like,
Well, that's
and
just
there,
That's
natural.
life.
and then there's
Yeah.
but then, like, where do you find? Why do you find more value in certain people?
Because
and then
more
others?
people bring more value to my life.
Yeah.
But
Period.
But that doesn't mean that their life is valued any less. Has any
By
less,
me it is.
Sorry, has any less value?
To me.
Like, there's this
Yeah.
there's yeah.
No, yeah, not like in
you
general,
make- you
Nestor.
get what I
Oh, yeah.
I'm
okay,
not talking
sorry,
about.
had a
I don't want them
connecting.
dead.
So,
I
like,
mean,
So like my
just
friend,
don't care how they
like.
are.
So okay, so one of my friends, there's this one guy. He's like kind of like a guy that helps my brother and me at times. And this guy, he has a lot of bad qualities about himself. Like, he smells really bad all the time. Like, there's so many bad.
I thought you were gonna say something totally
I'm going somewhere.
I'm lost.
Look I'm going somewhere
Nestor,
with this.
what are you
I'm
on?
I'm going somewhere with this.
I think he's on drugs.
Okay, so he smells bad. He's like,
Oh my God.
isn't like maybe to her attractive or anything like that or whatever. But anytime he's around, he's like, I hope that guy doesn't get near us. And I get why, because
Well, yeah, I wouldn't want
But-
to smell
but-
you ass near me either.
But at the same time, like, to me, like, it's like, you're mean. Like, I actually I didn't want to tell my friend, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to say what friend it is, but I was going to tell her, I actually have a better time being around that person than being around you, because
Yeah.
you're very superficial and you're very on like what you can get out of me.
Yeah.
And this guy, he's not like that. He's not like that. Like,
It just smells.
he smells bad,
So
but
don't think he has bad characteristics or whatever you
Yeah,
said. Just
it's
say
my character. He has
Right.
bad hygiene.
Yeah.
by hygiene, whatever.
Like,
You made him sound like a bad person.
know.
I was
Oh, he's a good
this
person.
is not where I thought you were gonna
No,
go.
me
He's a
neither.
good person. But what I'm saying, where I'm going with this is
okay.
like
Get to it.
Okay, we're good.
the way we value people. Like, the way we value people. Like, I want to know why there's certain people that we place more value on, like, and
Just
it's
because-
it's a sad thing to me, like, because that's not who I want to be. It's not kooky. I'm going somewhere with this.
Okay, Nestor,
Place
but do you value
value.
your brothers more than like a random person on the street?
I don't.
Then that's
I
cool.
don't believe
Bullshit,
that.
dude.
Yeah.
No. I'm
Bullshit.
obviously.
I'm
hold
calling
on.
it. If you're watching this,
Hold
call
on.
it. Comment it. Bullshit.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. So
Bullshit.
before this, and I've been very honest about this.
God.
I was for 10 years, and this is where my sister would get mad. For 10 years, I would do youth mentoring.
Okay.
And this is around the time where my sister was in her teens, or before her teens and then late teens or whatever, because I'm like a lot older than my sister. And she would always say, like, you care more about those kids than you care about me. And it's not that I care about them more, but I just cared about the way I value people. I've always tried to like value them the same way.
Huh.
And to me, that's the honest truth.
Okay.
Because that could be somebody's sister, that's somebody's brother, and at least my sister has a home, and some of these kids that I was helping didn't.
So
have
like,
that.
if somebody, not kid, just if somebody kicked you out of a club,
Which has
spit
happened.
on you, you value them the same way you value your brother and people,
Well-
since you value everybody.
Okay, so that's why if you guys have heard me before, I've always said, and this is not be self-righteous, right? I'm not trying to be that person either. I'm not. I'm not. I'm just trying to see why people value certain people more than other
Because
people.
other people
and
bring
that's it.
in my my
But
answer.
to answer that question
Other
before we
people
move
bring
on,
more value.
to answer your question before we move on, there's a certain reason why I don't believe in cancel culture, right? Have I said that?
Yeah.
I don't think it has to
But it
be
has
Yeah,
nothing
no.
to do.
canceled.
Right.
Why does it have to do? Because at the end of the day, these people have built their businesses. These people are still people. even if they kicked me out of the club, which has happened.
I was gonna say you literally went through that.
Which has happened
multiple times.
And I've only gotten kicked out of the club once.
Okay, I'm sure. Yeah, that's the story we're going with.
I've heard at
What
least
other
twice.
club?
I'm playing.
Okay,
I don't know.
Anyways.
I don't know.
Kick me out the club. No, that's another song. Never mind. Anyways,
the club.
take me out the club. So to answer your question, I don't right away go to the extreme with certain things like that because of that. Like, I feel like people are people, and my brothers are always getting mad at me because they're like, I don't even believe in the death penalty because I value a person's life that much.
I'm trying to follow along so bad.
My thing is
All right,
like,
guys. All right, so this is
my whole thing is like the value you place on people is what
I
I'm saying.
understand.
So Nestor is Mother Teresa, and we're gonna
I'm
cement
not
that.
Mother Teresa.
We're gonna cement that.
Listen, I respect what you say. Tati, what's your input? You were gonna say something.
No, like somebody attacks my grandmother. Fuck them. I don't value them. And no, it's on site. Like,
I think not. You're
I
taking
don't value you. I don't value you. I hope you get attacked and your grandma gets attacked. Like, sorry, but no.
I mean,
I don't value them.
I think you're taking it to another extent. Like,
So what do you mean by value
We went from why do you value one person more than the other? Like, trying to value everybody the same way. That's what we were on.
Yeah.
Obviously, if somebody hits somebody and punches somebody, your instinct, because we are people of instinct, is to protect your family member. I think you're taking that to another level. But even in that respect, like, I still think I still wouldn't wish that upon anybody, And that's just the truth.
I mean, that's beautiful. God bless you. I want to be like you. No, I don't, because I don't.
But you can.
But it's because you said you value everybody. That's why I said
okay,
that.
I don't disagree with that. Like I don't like the term value because I feel like you're really like putting people on a pedestal, and which
Not
is
in
fine.
a pedestal, just everybody being equal.
Okay,
That's what I'm saying.
I think you're trying to say like you respect human, right? Like humans, like you,
Yeah.
Like I respect
Okay.
the janitor at my job. I respect the
Fact.
CEO of my job. I
Of
respect
course.
my students. I respect
Yes.
whoever you respect, people, because we're all humans, right? We deserve that, I think. But then, yes, when there's a line crossed or whatever, or someone like comes at you wrong, I think that changes.
That's something different.
But I know, but you keep saying that you're still gonna keep them up here. But it's like
not to keep them up there, but you're still gonna value them as a person, is what I'm saying. And at the end of the day, that's the whole point. Like, the value that you place on anybody is what I'm saying. Because we all started with a question, like, do you ever ask anybody, like, how are you doing, and do you really care about it?
Right.
The whole point to that is like finding like value in a person, like, and so
I just think I think you jumped around a little bit, my friend. You kind of
because
lost me.
that's part of the show.
hey, I love it.
Yeah, it's just a little jump.
I love the
jump
thinking.
roping,
Yeah.
That was deep. It was a deep question. Now I gotta go home and think about it.
Yeah.
But I got a question for you guys now, and what you said really reminded me about something that I want to make a video about because I think it was just such an interesting take, and I can't wait for y'all's responses. So on the show that I work on, the Fred Show, we did a Stay or Go. Stay or Go is when somebody calls and looks for relationship advice, right? And it was so interesting. So on the call, the dude says like, "Oh, my girl, I don't know what to do. Like, I've been with her for 2 years, but she doesn't like my friends." And then we're all just like, "Okay, like, well, what's up with your friends? Like
But she
characteristic
slept with
wise."
her friends, you said?
No one slept with the friends.
Wait, what'd you say?
I didn't say she slept with the friends. I never in my life
go
said
back,
that.
go back a little bit.
She doesn't like his friends.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
she doesn't like them. So we're like, okay, are your friends like bad influences? Maybe like he gambles with them a lot. Maybe he gets drunk, he cheats. Like what's the deal? And he's like, no, like we just go bowling and shit, and like we're just loud. Like he's like with a dude, like a bunch of dudes that are just loud and like they just have a good time. So think of that group of dudes, right? Not necessarily bad dudes, they're just partying, whatever. Not the point of the story, but the point, I know, I'm just trying to paint the picture here, but then I'm turning into Nestor.
Yeah.
So then we were getting like feedback and stuff from callers. Because the dude's like, I don't know if I should she's more of a homebody. She stays home, reads, is really to herself, doesn't really have a lot of friends. I'm the opposite, and we're loud. We're just a group of loud dudes, whatever. So then we had this one caller call it, and I haven't stopped thinking about this since Tuesday. Yes, I know. I was like, hold on. And this caller called in, and I laughed at her on the air because she made me really uncomfy, but also because I was like, girl, what? But she says that she's like, when you're on the path of getting married, so she was already putting them in like a marriage bubble. She's like, you like prioritize that before anything. Like that's like priority. That's like whatever. She's like, I dropped all my friends. She's like, my friends are, you know, they're still partying. They're still out here doing this. They still live at home. And I already knew that this is the type of girl that I can't stand. That's why I started laughing. I was like, they're like this. And I got called out by Fred, but I was like, bro, like I was, and then Fred's like, why are you laughing? And I was like, because I was like, and I wish I could have said more, but I didn't come to me till later because I can't stop thinking about it.
Say it.
But I was like, okay, first and foremost, I was like, dropping your friends. I mean, I have a lot to say about that.
Mm-hmm. Red flag.
A huge red flag. But also I have a huge question. Like, were those even your friends to begin with? Because I actually have this theory that if you get into a relationship or engage or whatever and you drop your friends, and there's girls and men like this that do this. Mm-hmm. If you're one of those girls, I truly believe you're a shitty friend, but I also truly believe that you are not a good friend, and everyone around you that you've hung out with, formed relationships with prior to your boyfriend or girlfriend, you were just using. They were a convenience ticket because you wanted to go out. You wanted to do these things at that time, and those people were convenient to you. They are no longer convenient to you anymore, and that's what I wish I told her. But I was just so like taken aback by it because I was like, my thing was I was really bothered because I hate women and men, but mostly women I feel do this. Like when they're like, oh, I'm married. Like I don't hang out with like those girls anymore.
Oh my God, my married friends are so fun.
Thank you. Hi. Hello.
They're so fun.
And like the lives at home thing killed me because bitch, every day I ask my mom, can I move back home? And she won't let me. So like that's a whole nother conversation because I would move back in a heartbeat. And I was like, that's why you dropped your friends because they live at home and they party. Like, okay, just because they go out on a Friday or Saturday night don't mean you got to go. Has nothing, their lifestyle has nothing to do with you. And it just triggered me.
Yeah. What people do on their free time is up to those people. You make a judgment if you want to be with them and you feel like that's a representation of your life and what you want and not. But don't knock people for it. That's so stupid.
Didn't it come off as knocking or am I just crazy?
No, for sure. She seems very prissy.
Maybe the other perspective is maybe her friends benefited from not having her as a friend no more.
If they're okay with you not talking to them, they're like,
fuck you there, girl.
Got rid of her.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't relate because my girls and I
will never drop my friends.
Never.
My friends won't let me drop them.
Nestor's like, I've been trying.
I put it on airplane mode. I have to put my phone on airplane mode because Gaber and his best friend, which is my friend now, I have a number one rule: do not call me my phone before 9 a.m. And they're calling me at 6 a.m., 7 a.m.,
For
8
what?
a.m. just to talk to me. So yeah, I couldn't even.
Well, they can't follow rules.
What do you think, Producer Marco, as a married man?
I think that you have different friends and different series or sessions or milestones in life. Seasons.
Was that you called? Were you the girl?
I'm that girl. I'm the girl.
Did you make Lucy get rid of all her friends? You're like, you could keep this one
No,
you do a
Marco
podcast
dropped
with,
all
and
his
that's it.
friends probably. Like, don't judge.
No, Marco said he doesn't have
Yeah, I
friends.
don't really
Remember?
have friends. But
We're
like,
his friends.
yes, you're not my employees. You're my friend.
Okay.
We're
At least.
employees.
But I think we have different like, phases of friends. Like I have friends.
I agree with that part.
Like I have
It can
friends
be.
that I've known since like I was a kid, right? I have friends that I had in college who like maybe we used to hang out and go out and drink and do everything crazy until 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
But we don't do that right now. Like we'll catch up or whatever. Now I have friends who are parents and who are married and things like that.
Totally.
And I have like professional friends, right? Like different networking events.
Yes, your LinkedIn friends.
Yeah, so I think it's different phases of friends, and you're different in each friend group. You're a different person. So like in the professional friend group, you're this person.
Okay.
And the like original friend group, you're this person. And like the college friend group, you're this person.
Yeah.
Would you drop your friends though because they weren't married,
Or shade them.
or shade them, or drop
I feel
them?
like that's more of
or
a question.
if they lived at home.
No, I feel like that's more of a question for women because like guys don't really do like I've never heard of a guy that's like
Dropping their friends.
all right, guys, I'm gonna get married or I'm gonna get like engaged later. Like I've never ever.
Yeah,
heard of
why
that.
do women do that then more? And I hate to put it on us, but like, why do women do that?
Because
I
they
don't know.
think they're better. That's
Yeah,
it,
I mean-
as sad as that is,
but also I think for me that's kind of a sign of immaturity, maybe.
For sure.
like I said,
Very
convenient.
immature.
Yeah, like I've known guys who have like told their girlfriends like, okay, like you can't have friends anymore, or like you. Can't
I would
go out with these
fucking
people.
run for the hills.
Please.
But because of the simple fact that like it's part of their like tradition or like culture or things like
To
that.
not have friends?
To not
What
have
culture is
single
that?
friends. Like have single friends who are
Males?
like no, who are just like going out and being single modern day women.
No,
mean,
that's a form of control.
I've
That's not
definitely
culture.
dated somebody
I've
in
heard
the
about that,
past
yeah.
who like
Yeah, they don't want your other
did
single
not
friends.
want me
because they're a
hanging
bad
out with certain
influence.
friends 'cause
They
they're-
go out and
Because
do
you're so
that.
pretty, Tati.
Anyway,
I'm an educated woman as well. Okay.
Well,
yeah,
that's the
get it
obvious.
right. But I think it's fucked up personally. Like
I think that's the weirdest thing I ever heard.
I've never ever
Yeah,
told like
it's
even like Lucy, right? Like I've never been like you can't hang out with this friend. Like
Crazy.
I just been like cool.
yeah, a straight boy.
I have a theory that men and women can't be friends. Like
You have that theory?
yeah, I have that theory that men and women can't be friends unless there's like a reason behind the friendship.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I half agree with that, and I get dragged to hell every
Yeah.
time. I don't know if it's.
You're a machista too?
I think
No,
so.
I think like you need to have a reason.
What
Like
kind of show am I
like-
being part of?
because-
like
Can I
Paulina's
say
like
why?
Paulina's my friend, right? But there's a reason why she's my friend because we're doing this, we're doing different projects.
Correct.
But like if I saw Paulina in the street, I wouldn't be like, "Hey, what's up, girl? Like let's hang out and go have lunch." Like no, I'd be like, "Let's go have lunch and talk about this or do this or that."
Okay.
You don't think it's like it's only weird if you make it weird type of thing? Like because that shouldn't be weird. It's just friendship.
No, I get it. Okay, how do I say this? Because I want to say this and I want to say it right.
hetero perspective.
With the men and women being friends, right? And I know you have a lot to say coming up.
Why do you assume I have a lot to say?
Because you have a lot
being
of male friends.
I
You're,
do.
you're, yeah,
like a
you-
But
volcano.
okay,
She's
I
about
know.
to
No, I
No,
love.
I'm not.
I love
listening.
talks with Tati. Are my favorite. But I want to just say, so the reason I say half agree,
Yeah.
because I think a lot of times if you give your male friend a shot,
I agree.
or give them the opportunity to get the punani. I'm not saying date. I'm not saying they want to
agree.
marry me or date me, but like get the punani. And listen to me. I think 99% of the
This is rated
time
R.
they're gonna get it. They're gonna
sure.
get it. Not gonna get it.
They're
They're
gonna-
gonna
They're
try
gonna
it.
bite the bait. They're gonna
Correct.
go
Oh,
for it.
yeah, but
Okay, but let me finish. But I think that there are certain, and you're gonna probably agree with this to some extent, but like I think that there's certain males that you have in your life that you're just like that you just know. Like me and Marco just know. Like
Yeah.
that's never because we just have this relationship where it's like I don't know if it's brother and sister thing. It's something.
Yeah.
And I have that
He's
with a couple
abusive.
other like straight males. Very like you know what I mean, and like you know what I'm saying.
Very platonic.
For sure.
Like and
Like
we just know
family
it.
platonic.
And that's
like,
why my theory. Thank you.
Not
Yeah.
Alabama family, right?
And that's why I say it's platonic.
Yeah.
And then there's the other group that it's like if you give that man like he claims he's your friend, but give him one
I agree.
shot.
No, I
he's-
actually
he's
agree
like-
with all of it.
He's down in
With all
2
of that.
seconds, and I know that's not how Marco is. And I have other friends. I've literally this was years ago. I've slept in the same bed. You might know.
Same, I have too.
One of my
That's a hetero
friends.
perspective.
But you might know. But like we were neighbors, another in Bridgeport, and Jose. For long hair, I'm trying to think. We call-
Oh yeah, Jose. You guys went to my birthday like years ago.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
you guys showed up
He
together.
was like one of my best friends. Like we were very
Yeah,
close.
yeah.
And I've literally slept in the same bed as him, and it's so
Same.
platonic thing.
not with him, but yeah.
Right. And it's just like he was always bugging up with people. But we slept. I forgot. It was like I was living in Bridgeport. I forgot why I slept over, and it was just like good night. And it was so platonic. It didn't feel weird. Didn't feel sexual.
Yeah.
And I think for women we do have that, but that batch is small. If we're being honest. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I honestly, I'm agreeing with everything you're gonna say. I'm not saying anything different. I think I have, like, for me,
I love
no. I think I have a lot of like male friends.
You have a
could
lot,
say.
yeah.
However, like they're friends. Like I don't hang out with them necessarily one on one.
Because you know,
they're
if
group
you're being
setting
honest,
friends.
Be honest.
I mean, I'm sure I could, but I
Like
wouldn't.
that?
No. Like I'm sure. No, what I'm saying is, I don't think it'll be weird if I'm like, hey, you want to go get tacos or anything.
No,
I don't
no.
think they would
But
take
if you
it
were to
in
call
that way.
them-
if you were to call them and say,
But
hey,
those
come
same
over.
people, yeah.
You know they're okay. See,
Yeah.
like that's what I'm saying.
But there are like I could count like on my hand for
Same.
sure, like friends that I can like, and I have like gone on vacation. We slept in the same bed. Like the friends I actually talk to on the phone when like they're going through things, I'm going through things, our families are close. Like, and those I agree, small batch.
Such a small batch. And
Small
you know
batch.
it's like platonic as hell. Like if me
Yes.
and Marco were ever on
100%.
vacation together and I needed to crawl in bed with him and Lucy, like it would just be like this.
Yeah, no.
You guys go to one side because I
absolutely.
need my space, please.
Yeah, I'd be probably on the balcony.
No,
but
so
yeah.
I definitely agree with you, and I think as a woman, you have to be aware. You can't be. I
can't
will
be
say,
naive.
I think for a long time I was naive.
Okay, fair.
I was
We
because
were. A lot of
then
us were.
unfortunately I like lost really good friendships.
Because
I
you thought.
because of that situation.
So you thought, can I ask you, you thought that you guys were just like cool, like brother, sister status or best friend status
Yeah,
or whatever.
best friends and not brother and sister, but like thought it was just cool.
And then they made a move.
Yeah.
Or tried to.
yeah
And then that was kind of,
yeah
see?
yeah. So for sure, and I definitely look back and I'm like, yeah, because other people would tell me too, like, dude, he's in love with you.
Yeah,
Or something like that. But I think
You
now
tried
I'm
to-
just very like aware and I don't put myself or them in a position for temptation or whatever you want to call it just to get to that point.
Well, this is the thing. People are sexual beings. Like that's part of their makeup of our makeup as a person, you know? So that's always going to be like an option. You know what I mean? But I think just because that is an option and that's something that could always happen doesn't mean that you can have male friends just be friends, you know?
No,
we
I
do.
agree.
We
That's
have
what I
that.
just said. You have to
No,
be
but you're saying you
alert.
can and you could. And
I'm saying you
No.
can. I'm an example of you can.
Can.
But you always be aware that, yeah, I'm not dumb. I'm pretty sure if I was like,
if you're,
hey.
For majority of the batch you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm sure. But I still would consider them my friends.
Of course, it doesn't
I would
take
still
away from
say
the
it's
friendship.
platonic.
Right. Until it's not. And that's the point we're making of like why maybe friends, why males and females can't be friends if we're making that argument. Like
Yeah.
we believe we could. We just gave
Right.
examples.
And I do think like there's a lot of like
that argument is so
a
confusing
lot
to
of
me.
a lot of my guy friends like I think they genuinely love me for who I am, and I think some of them are probably like, "Oh no, I don't think I want to deal with your ass." Like, I think they're at that point. You know what I'm saying?
So out of, let's just say 100% study group, okay? We have 100 males we're working with. 100 of her male friends. I don't
That reminds me
I don't have
of a
but
Mexican
it's-
show.
It's pretend.
Que Mexicanos dijeron. Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah, that's Family Feud.
Okay, keep going.
Okay, so
sorry.
100 of her male friends, okay? 95 of them are going to get into the bed with her for the sex if she ever made that move. Okay,
For
that's
the
what I'm
sex.
trying to say.
Yeah.
5 of them out of that 100, small batch, she knows are like not like, no, like those dudes have no interest in me in that sense. Like they got a penis, but they have no desire to use it with me. Like we don't have that. You get what I'm saying? We have a very, I don't know if it's a boundary, but it's a very clear understanding of like where we're at. And she said, she's like, I slept in beds with men and nothing happened.
That
'cause we-
sounds so bad.
I know it does, but like, no.
But no,
I
yeah,
mean,
like-
when you sleep over or like
I
go on
mean, there.
vacation.
I have like one specific friend.
No,
I think
I
you
get
know
what
him,
you're
Carlos.
saying.
Like we've known each other for years, and like
Yes.
he's gone on vacation with my family and I.
Yeah, he's
like
he's on my list.
like he's that's like my family.
Yes.
Like that's family. I wouldn't even say friend.
So you both, all three of you guys are saying you can't be friends with. Because
Saying-
they'll go.
No, I'm saying you can
can
be friends
be.
with them, but don't be naive.
Yes,
Well, yeah.
because a large amount of them would try it if you
That
let
doesn't
them.
mean you can't still be their friend.
Right.
It just means don't be naive.
Right, you can still be their friend.
Well, yeah,
you
that's
don't have to
again,
have sex with people. It's not like
that's
a
a given.
requirement.
According to Nestor.
Right? Do you get
It
what
is.
I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but I don't know why the argument was so long about that when his,
I know you're not talking.
Right, I know, this
I don't
guy's
know
not
why this is so
talking.
long. You spent like 9 minutes
Well,
on your
anyway,
affirmation.
You almost swallowed the
it was
mic.
about people. We're talking about like, will your like, can you
I'm
be?
not people.
We're
I'm a
going based
person.
off his theory. Well, yeah, they are people, I guess.
No, my theory is just that like men and women need a purpose to be friends. Like if that is a platonic purpose of like being there to help each other as like a sibling or like a close role, it's different. But just to be like friends out of the blue,
No. I get what Marco's saying just because like if I think about my male friend group, I think about how they're my friend.
Yeah,
And what-
exactly.
So it's like a lot of them I know through the dancing because we were on dance teams together.
Right.
And so like because we danced together, we formed a friendship.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't like out of the blue. And then other male friends, I've worked with them. We worked together. Nestor, I met you here through the podcast, right? So it's not like out of the blue. Oh my God, this reminds me of like that pickup line that like men use, where it's like, what, you can't have friends?
Oh,
if you're like, I got a
God.
boyfriend, you can't have friends? No. Not you, because I think that's what Marco's getting
I
at.
can't,
It's
just
not
not
like
you.
I'm meeting a guy randomly at a
Yeah.
bar and I'm like, you know what? Let's be
be
friends.
friends.
I want to be your friend.
No, I've never done that.
that man's
so
intentions.
in the sense you're saying like there has to be a purpose or a way. I understand that because
Yeah.
I haven't just walked down the street and be like,
Yeah.
you're gonna be my friend.
Yeah, that's
for
a
sure.
great point.
Yeah, but it's okay, Nestor.
So you
sense
can
to
be
you?
friends.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna wrap this up.
Somebody punched Nestor in the throat.
Someone get this man.
Paulina,
outta
you're
here.
closer. I'm too far.
Yes, we can be friends. It's just don't be naive. That's the moral of the story.
Unless you want to be friends with Nestor, he's gonna try to.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding.
I'm not
that
that person.
true?
No.
Are you like a threat to both male and female friends
I am,
since
but
you're
I wouldn't do
bisexual?
that. I wouldn't do that though.
Wait, you
You
are a threat?
sexualize me right now.
Yeah, I
Now
did.
You see how
I did.
you made me feel like the way guys make you feel.
I don't think any
Yeah.
guys sexualize me in front of them.
Oh, girl, you know they do. Stop playing.
No, I know guys did what I did to you.
Do you guys believe that she doesn't get sexualized?
like not the way I did to you? No, I don't
Yeah.
think. So.
I don't think men are doing that to her.
we're not doing that. To
We're
me.
not.
But no, I'm not doing that.
Okay, that was.
Get in the show.
Okay, I love it. Well, follow us on social at Never Too Shy, of course. Pod. Yes, like a
Yes,
thumbs
good.
up. At Paulina
hot
Rowe.
mess. Talk with Tati.
The bro, bro.
No name.
Yo, we a hot mess.
Yeah, we gotta get the
Express
hell up out of
today.
here.
Bye, guys.
Follow us.
Happy
Love you.
fall, y'all.
Happy fall.
I think it's the new season that got us a little kooky.
Mercury's in
The summer's
retrograde. Bye.